What's going on, Canes fans? We are back with another recruit interview show. We got multiple guys chiming in with us this time. Right now on the line, we got Big Dog Snoop. He just hit mute. I'm not quite sure what's up with, but yeah, we got Snoop Ama there on the other line. As soon as he chimes back in, yeah, he'll be back on here soon, guys. He'll be back on soon. Just a little hiccup there, but yeah, the opening one will be Snoop. And there he is.
My fault about that. My phone just acted up. My fault.
You got me good? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. We'll get it started here, Snoop. Man, welcome back, man. Thank you for joining us.
Wait, hold on, Coach. Sorry, my freaking phone's acting up. Hold on.
All right. I guess he's still working out some of the sound issues. And just a heads up for you guys, this isn't the first episode or first interview we'll have tonight. We've got multiple coming on after. So if for some reason we got to change around some of the scheduling with this stuff, we can still make it happen. In the meantime here, like I said, we got Snoop Ama on the line trying to get his stuff figured out so he can do his video interview. Here he is again.
Sorry, Mike. I have some phone difficulties. My fault about that.
It's all good. You got me now?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, Snoop, man. Thanks for joining us, man. It's great to have you back, dude. It's been a minute, but you guys had one hell of a season at Skyridge. What was the season like for you guys? Where did you finish at?
So we lost in the semifinals, but overall we lost one game in the regular season, and I felt like overall we did pretty good, and we balled out as a team, and it was pretty good.
What is your current height and weight right now?
So I'm 6'5", and I'm 335.
Did you meet any personal goals this season? As far as pancakes or anything like that. Did you get anything accomplished in that kind of an area?
So my goals going into the season were to be more violent on my run blocks and be more explosive. And with my coaches moving me out to tackle, I felt like I was able to show that on the field. And I want to just have like a better overall highlight film than I had last season and just improve on it. And I feel like I accomplished that.
Every time I watched you on there, man, if you were getting a hold of somebody, you were bullying them, bro. I mean, they just were not going to get by you. If you got your hands on them, bro, they might as well just be in the dirt because it was over. You canceled them out completely.
Yeah, I tried.
That's that beast, bro. That's that beast. Keep doing it. Stay aggressive. Stay strong. You know how it is. You know what we've been preaching, man.
Yes, sir. Always.
So this off-season training that you did before this season started, how do you feel it helped you? Did you do anything specific in training that really helped you this year while you had pads on?
So one thing I really focused on was my pass sets, and going into the off season, knowing from last year, my coaches, we had a sit down, and they kind of told me that I was gonna have to move out to tackle so I can help out the team more, and I was all for it. So this off season, I worked on faster feet, moving my feet faster, and worked on setting half man. Because with guard, you can kind of get away with oversetting because you got help from the tackle and the center. But when you're at tackle, you're pretty much one-on-one the whole game. So I focused on that. Another part of my game that I worked on was just probably my run blocks. Tackle, sometimes you have to run block someone that's out in the 9-tech, and you got to make sure you got fast feet. So you got to get those first 2 feet in the dirt. And I feel like I accomplished that pretty well this season.
Speaking of feet and footwork, what have you been doing to keep that footwork going?
So I just been getting out in the yard, getting a little dirty, and just working on my pass sets with my older brother. I've been trying to stay in shape, the best I can because I'm looking to probably get some invites soon to some big camps, big bowl games. So I'm trying to keep myself in shape and making sure my technique's as flawless as it can be.
Love it, man. Love it. Is there anything in the, I know it's off season right now, but is there anything that you're working at in the weight room to try to get, you want to get stronger somewhere for the next level? Is there anything focused there?
I want to get my core a little bit stronger and just get my speed and my conditioning because the next level, I know it's going to be a shock when I get there a little bit. But I feel like if I take this off season to work on my conditioning, make sure I'm breathing well and everything like that, I feel like the transition won't be too hard. So I've been working on conditioning and core.
For conditioning and stamina and stuff, are you doing anything specific? Are you doing long runs, or are you just doing like short burst stuff?
I'm doing a little bit of both. Short burst every now and then, so I go like off and on. Some days I do some short burst running up a hill, and then the other ones I go for some mile runs with my friends and stuff like that.
So, you're kind of become a leader on your offensive line this year. You're an upperclassman. What was the kind of the difference for you that you felt between your junior and senior seasons in high school? What did you really notice that was different?
For this year, I noticed that a lot of kids, especially my underclassmen, they really looked up to me to be that leader and that guy on the field. And I try to be that guy on the field, not let them down, stuff like that. And last year, I was really more looking up. I was looking up to the upperclassmen and stuff like that. And just to be a senior this year, I feel like I had to be that person, be a leader, be good in academics and books and stuff like that, and just be a good example for those underclassmen. So when I leave, they know how it's supposed to be done. So
Yeah, I love that mindset, man. What do you feel was your actual biggest improvement between junior to the senior season?
I would have to say my tenacity and my attitude that I played with the game. Last year, I'll show it a little bit, um, like my attitude and just how I am. But this year, I feel like I really let loose on the field, and especially during the off season, I really showed people what I'm about and just show people what I have to offer and just my style of play and everything like that. So.
You got any players that you're currently studying right now?
So since I went to Virginia on my official visit, I like they have a number 72 on their team, and I really watched his highlight film, and I really try to imitate and take some parts of his game and add it to mine. And another big player I like to watch all the time is Satao Laumea. He goes to the U. He's a right guard, and he's really a beast out there, man. Like that guy is a dog. Man, he's a dog, and that's his type of person I am. And I try to look for people who have that same emotion, like the same emotion and attitude that they bring to the game. And I like to find people that have the same like me, and just try to overall just make myself a better player by taking little bits and parts from their game. So.
During game week, when you first start studying film of the guys who are going to be coming at you on the defensive line, what are some of the first things that you like to identify? Where do you like to kind of get a good idea of what kind of player they are first?
So firsthand, I like to see if they, for any tendencies, if they're tired during the game. I like to see if their conditioning's up there, and I like to see if they give it all every play, and if they're just a dog out there, and like if they're like a really standout player. Is it? Yeah. If they're like a standout player for the defense, and if they're just a ball player. So.
You mentioned you played multiple positions this year. You moved to the tackle spot. So how many positions are you comfortable playing now on the offensive line?
I can say right guard and right tackle, and those are where I'm comfortable. But I can play the center. I can snap the ball pretty well. I take some center reps at practice, and I can play left guard pretty well. Left tackle I haven't tried out yet though, so I'm looking to just be more versatile because versatility and availability is pretty big when you make it to the next level. That's what coaches look for. So.
Yeah, versatility is huge, man, especially on the offensive line. It's just huge, dude. Do you have an idea possibly of what position you would like to play in college? Is there an ideal spot on the offensive line that you would like to get to?
Um, what is it? I would have to say right guard because I love pulling and I love knocking people loose when like it's the best when I pull and the DN doesn't know it, and I just catch him off guard and I just smack that kid. So it brings joy. So.
What's next for Snoop now that the season's over? Visits? You got anything like that lined up right now?
So I just got back from my official visit to the University of Virginia, and man, those guys, Coach 2J, that's the O-line coach, and Coach Mendenhall, they showed a lot of love to me and my pops out there. Just the overall vibe from them was amazing. The players were really cool to me, and it was just amazing. It was overall just an amazing experience, and I was happy that my dad got to experience it with me. So,
And from what I understand, Syracuse has been in touch with you quite a bit lately too. Yeah.
yep, the O-line coach over there, Coach Schmidt, me and him talk all the time, and before going to Virginia, me and him were talking a little bit, and we actually have an official visit set up for next week. So, me, my mom, my dad, and my little brother, we're all gonna head out there on Thursday, go check out what Syracuse has to offer, and just see if that could possibly be a fit for me over there. So,
What other colleges do you got hitting you up right now?
I talk a little bit to Fresno, Coach Garcia. He's the OC over there, and I talk a little bit to who is it? I talk a little bit to UW a little bit. I talk to the coaches over there. Some other coaches I talk to is LSU a little bit, and USC. I talk to USC a little bit. Viane Talamaivao from over there.
Yeah.
He hits me up every now and then. So, yeah.
Man, it's a bummer for me to have to hear that Miami hasn't been pursuing you. I was hoping they were going to get back in the mix. I know you felt the same way. I truly, truly believe they're making a mistake. Honestly, I truly believe it with my heart, Snoop. You just do what you got to do, and you battle, and you get where you got to get to, and you find that love, and you go out there and you dominate, bro. I mean, that's all we can ask for, man. Literally, like, I just want to see you happy, bro. Wherever it's at, I want to see you happy.
I appreciate it. And I know they're going through some things over there through their coaching staff, and I understand that Coach Justice has to aim his focus over there, but I still have a lot of love for Miami. It's still a great program, and no hard feelings toward them at all. It's just blessings.
Absolutely. Before I get you off here, Snoop, tell our fans here, who is Snoop? How do you describe your game?
Last time, I told people that I like to get at it. I have an attitude on the field, and I play with that chip on my shoulder. I like to think of it when I was a freshman, I didn't have no stars, no rankings or nothing, and I was on no one's radar. So I like to be that kid because I like to just keep myself humble, but at the same time stay hungry on the field. And I just love to dominate kids and just put people on the ground. So.
Man, I'll tell you what, when I watched your tape, that's what you were doing, bro. You were absolutely dominating. You were knocking dudes right into the dirt, man. Yeah. I saw a couple times where you got down on them and you busted them so hard, they didn't even want to get up, bro. Like, they just kind of stayed down kind of like, I might have pulled something. I can't get up. Like, I watched that multiple times, bro. That's your strength, and that's the dominance that you play with.
I appreciate it, man. There were some kids this year, I had to let them know after I pancake them. You just have to give them a reminder, that that's going to be all game. That's all game. They're going to have to deal with me. That's all game.
I love it, man. I love it. Well, Snoop, man, thanks for taking the time to jump back on here. We'll be in touch. I'll be in touch with your pops, I'm sure, right after the the interview and stuff we're done here. So, man, I mean, dude, it's great to be involved with your family. You guys have been very gracious, and you guys have really, really welcomed me with open arms. I appreciate it.
Man, it's all love, man. I appreciate it, man. Your guys' show, man, they're pretty big, and they brought a lot of publicity to my videos, and it's nothing but love. And anytime you guys are down here in Utah and Salt Lake, man, just hit me up. I'll take care of you guys, man. You guys are family around here. So
thanks, Jim. Thanks, Snoop. I appreciate that, man. Family, bro, always. We'll catch up with you soon, all right?
I appreciate it. Y'all have a good day.
All right, guys, that was class of 2022, Snoop Ama from Utah. A guy that the staff had been pursuing, and all of a sudden we find out that they're not pursuing him. It's a little heartbreaking on my end, just for the simple fact that, I'm such a big fan of Snoop that I wanted this to work out. I really wanted it to. It doesn't mean that it still can't, though. There's still time. There's still things going on. And as you guys heard, Snoop still has nothing but love for Miami. And I'll tell you what, he still thinks those coaches can get the job done for him if he gets there. That Snoop believes. He truly believes. The one thing I wanted him to kind of focus on was not committing to a staff, but committing to a school. That's the focus I wanted him to be on, just like with the rest of the other guys too. So we've got another recruit that's going to be jumping on here soon. Definitely excited to get him on here. This is a guy that I've actually been working on trying to get on here for months, so it'll be great to do that. But in the meantime, guys, if you have any questions for me whatsoever, feel free to bust them out in the chat there, and I'll answer your questions. Feel free. I'll tell you what, with everything going on with this AD stuff, the AD being fired, and this talk about Manny Diaz possibly having to move on, we got a lot going on right now in the Canes world. We really got a lot going on right now. We got a lot of unanswered questions. We've got a lot of what ifs and maybes. I will say though that, you know what, there's some hope. Like I actually, like when I talk to fans and I ask them about, you know, what they feel that we're doing right or wrong, at least they're starting to feel like we're pointing in the right direction a little bit. Changing the AD stuff was such a huge move for us. It kind of, to me, it signaled and signified that changes are coming at the University of Miami no matter what. Yes, drop that buyout tomorrow, dude. If we could drop it down that $2 million or whatever, yeah, drop it down tomorrow. I think what is it, the 2nd or 3rd of December, I believe, is when Manny Diaz's buyout drops $2 million. So that would not surprise me one bit if that's the that's what we're out. Yeah. Okay, we got next recruit we will get. It's a very good question, man. With how things have been, you know, with the coaching staff, recruiting has been a tricky thing right now. But I will say there is a player. He got a hold of me today. The staff is actually going to be in-house visiting him this Sunday. And that's Jackson Brown, offensive lineman out of California. I would not be surprised one bit if this was a type of move that Miami's pulling into there to hopefully to get him to pull the trigger. Honestly, I think that this is the type of in-house visit they're going for. So I would say Jackson Brown on the offensive line. I do. Obviously, our current guys have love for T2, but what do you think is a realistic with him hitting the portal? Realistic take for UM? I'd like to think that he is. I'd like to think that T2 has learned from his ways, you know, and grown as an individual. That's all you can ask from anybody. It truly is. He's a talented player. He's raw, but he's got crazy high upside. The way I look at it with kids when they make mistakes is pushing them off to the side instead of teaching them what's right and kind of taking them under your wing. That's the worst thing you can do. Is they made a mistake. Well, don't just cast them off in the middle of nowhere. Teach them the mistake they made. Teach them how to fix it. Teach them how to correct it. Teach their mind and change their mindset if it's needed. Abandoning and giving up on kids just isn't the route to go, in my opinion. It's not going to be good for the kid or for the school. Not shocked, though, that T2 is in the portal. A lot of people felt that he was going to be making that move soon. I wasn't expecting to be this soon. I was expecting a year or two later. But I won't be shocked, guys. I won't be shocked if we start to hear about the Miami Hurricanes going after Terrence Lewis in a major way, because it's a player in need. We all know. We know we need linebackers desperately. Well, the next guest I got hasn't jumped on quite yet, guys. So, like I said, feel free to post up these questions and stuff. I'm actually hitting up another guy right now, so feel free. I'd also love to hear from you guys, too, on what bowl you think we're going to go to and who could we play in the bowl game. Because that right there, the idea of playing Florida, even though it's like, you know, a crappy year for both teams, I think that it's something that could be very, very useful and very, very interesting for us, especially in local recruiting. No matter what, those battles still will always be there in local recruiting, regardless of how good we do. It's something Miami has to fix, guys. I mean, I don't know what it's going to take necessarily to get back into that mix, but getting a head coach who is a supreme elite recruiter is going to be a big deal for us. Manny Diaz isn't that guy right now. He doesn't do that for us. I mean, just look at what we're dealing with right now. Look at the 2022 class right now. Look at the upperclassmen that we've got. All of that all Diaz, all hands on Diaz stuff there. It's frustrating. It's very frustrating. Okay, I'm seeing here Gator Bowl versus Florida. No doubt. I mean, that's my hope, honestly. That's my hope. We got Alamo Bowl here. Any chance we lose TVD to the portal? No, I do not believe we lose TVD to the portal. I believe that he will be, I mean, not going to say slated as our next starting quarterback next year. There will be a battle, no doubt about it, because that battle will only make us and Garcia and TVD better players in the long run. It's going to be a very competitive battle, though. I'm going to have my eyes on that quite a bit. There's some people that feel that if TVD wins that job, that Garcia could take off for the simple fact that Garcia doesn't have any qualms or any hard feelings about just dropping where he's at and going somewhere else. He's not afraid to try something new. He trusts himself. He trusts himself in multiple offenses, too. So that's something to think about. Other than Lane or Mario, who do you think is a great recruiter HC that is still available? Well, that's still available. I mean, that's a tough one. The guy that I was going to say is my backup plan was Bill O'Brien, but he got swooped up by an ACC team. The way I see it right now is that I don't think there's anybody that's honestly a realistic fit for Miami that's available, like truly available. We're gonna have to go through a buyout process. That's the only way I can see it happening. I don't think we're gonna try to just spend as little money as possible this time, but I'm not sure how big we will go. And the financial commitment will tell us everything we need to know. Yes, this is a concern right here, King for Life. This is a concern. People getting worried that dragging our feet, taking too long will end up actually putting us in a situation to where we are almost forced to have to keep Diaz. You know, we can't get in a battle, guys. We can't get into a bidding war with some of these big schools. It just won't work. Unfortunately, no. I have not heard anything from Vicente's camp. And as we all know, that is a priority, absolute priority. He has kept Miami on his radar. He has, fairly been involved, and showing up multiple times. So I'd like to think that we have a chance. I feel like he's a guy who would really like to see us make a move at linebacker coach, honestly. Maybe shake things up a little bit. It feels like he wants to be a Kane. If he doesn't, he's doing a good job of faking me out, because it seems like he's trying to give us every opportunity that he can give us. And I'd love that, man. I'd absolutely love it. We have a true stand-up quarterback that we should build around. Yes, Angel, absolutely. Absolutely. True stand-up quarterback that we should build around. We have a franchise quarterback already, guys. TVD is the truth. Now it will be about finding the next offensive coordinator that will mesh with him. It's a shame that, we just got to see what Lashley and he could do together. It's a shame that it won't last long term, but it gives us a glimpse of the future, and it gives us an idea of what kind of OC we need to go after that's going to fit his strengths. That's one of the things that I hope that having Lashley around really opened up people's eyes, and it said, hey, this is the type of offense we have to run at the University of Miami going forward. Let's try to find a similar guy, similar fit. Do you prefer to have just one AD or have someone at the head of football operations as well? Good question, Drew. Very good question. I got to say that at first I didn't like the idea of having two, honestly. I didn't. But I think it would come down to the individuals that were involved. If it's something, early it was the Tom Jurich, Zoe, type of thing that they were talking about. Handing Zoe the AD job comes with a little bit of concern, no doubt about it. Handing him the football operations job could be something that allows him to work his way into an AD role eventually. And that's kind of what I would like to see. I'd like to see him solely focused on football. We need that at Miami. We need somebody at the top levels to care about this team and want them to get better. That's the guy, in my opinion. It's an absolute mistake if we don't get him. But, hey, there's also a lot of talk about Gino. Sounds like Gino Torretta is interested too. So, I mean, it's it's nice we have some options. We just got to make sure we make the right option and make it here before it's too late. All right, we got one here. Lane or Mario, if it was your choice. Man, that's the $1 million question. I've bounced back and forth on some of this stuff. I've actually been on the Lane train quite a bit lately. I've been on the Lane train quite a bit. I will say though that I believe that Mario is more of a fit, kind of like a home fit for us. I'm not necessarily sold on this idea that Lane would just come to Miami, find success, and then bail. I'm not completely sold on that. In the same sense that maybe that could happen with Mario too. I mean, who's to say that Mario wouldn't get Miami right and then go, hey, I'm getting some bigger offers elsewhere. I'm going to take off. So it's something to look for on kind of both sides there. Either thing can happen in that aspect. I still think getting a baseball, basketball AD and having someone like Zoe on work prevents clash of ego. Okay. We have got our next guest here, guys. Just 1 second. All right. We have got 2023 wide receiver Jeremiah Shack. How you doing today, bro?
Good.
At a Mandarin High School in Jacksonville. What's your current height and weight right now, Jeremiah?
6'3", 205.
How was this high school season for you guys? Wins, losses. Did you guys meet any goals you wanted to get to?
We ended at 5-5. It was a rough season. We was having a lot of quarterback changes, and we were just trying to figure it out most of the season.
What kind of stats did you put up this year?
I had 300 yards, 30 catches, and 5 touchdowns.
5? Okay. So going into this off season, what are you going to kind of prioritize? What do you want to work on to take your game to the next level so you can dominate even more as a senior?
Speed. Yeah, I ran track some last year, but I stopped doing it so I can focus more on football. But this year, I'm gonna focus more on track. I'm gonna do it the whole season this year.
What events do you run in track?
The 100, 2, and 4x1.
Do you possibly remember what your last 100 run times were?
I don't remember.
I know some of that stuff can get a little hard to remember, bro. Especially when you're doing it, multiple events and stuff. Yeah. I get it, man. Yes, so what are you working on as far as routes? Is there anything that you're doing to improve your route running?
Of course, the same regular drills like breaking down, cone drills, ladder drills. There's all that sorts of stuff. Like my trainer's real good with every time we work out, there's always something different that we're working on. Like if it's speed, explosiveness, it's always something different. Hands, eye coordination.
How about working on your hands? What kind of drills do you guys do to get your hands down?
Tennis ball drills. At my school, we have a jug machine, so I'm on that a lot too. So,
yeah. You spend a lot of time out there on the jug machine, or what?
Yes, I do.
You said that you're going to go into track a little more. Do you think that this is going to give you that upper leg kind of get you back to where you're running at your ultimate full speed and I mean, when you're running straight, bro, you're already fast.
Right. Yeah, I think it's definitely going to help just with that extra, just getting faster. Just having that extra getaway speed.
So, what colleges you got showing you love right now?
Miami, definitely Miami. UCF, Maryland, Mississippi State, Georgia Tech. I just got offered by Coastal today.
Oh, you got offered by Coastal?
Yes, sir.
Congrats.
Appreciate it. Georgia.
Oh, Georgia's in the mix now, huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Um, who have you gotten to know from the Miami staff? You know, who have you actually had a chance to talk to?
Coach Likens, Coach Diaz. Um, some I can't remember verbatim some of the other coaches, but I've talked to a lot of the coaches there.
What do you think about the staff? You know, what's your opinion on the Miami staff?
I like it. I hope it stays the way it is. That's my like the type of program that they run. I love to play there. That's everything about it is perfect. I just want it to stay what it is. So I don't want no changes to happen.
I love hearing that, man. I love hearing that you're locked in and you want to be a Cane. I love hearing it, man.
Yes, sir.
You got any plans to hit up any camps anytime soon?
Well, camps don't really start to the summer, but I'm gonna definitely go to a rivals camp if I can. Um, and I might go to a couple more colleges if I can by that time. I plan on committing before the summer, so if
Okay.
I before then I'll just be going to the school I'm committed to.
What other colleges are you wanting to stop by so you can visit them before you make the decision?
Georgia. I'm gonna go back to Georgia. I like to go up to Mississippi State. That school, Maryland.
Yeah.
Those are the top ones right now.
Are you involved in 7-on-7 stuff?
I am. That starts on December 18th. We're having our tryouts for that. So
Who do you run with?
Burt Sports.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you feel that events like 7-on-7 help you to when it's time to put pads back on again?
I think it helps because it just keeps you in the it's. People say that doesn't help because you don't have a line rush and it's not the same as 11-on-11. But I think it helps because you're getting a chemistry with your quarterback. Like my quarterback TJ, he's coming to play with us too. So we're just building chemistry, working on recognizing coverages because it's I feel like it's kind of like the same like 11-on-11. Like he's still gonna see different coverages. So recognizing coverages, different things like that.
That's awesome. You get to do it with your quarterback, bro, because a lot of guys end up having to go with different quarterbacks. So you get to actually build that bond in the offseason. That's going to be a big deal. I bet it'll be a big deal.
Yes, sir.
Describe your game. You know, who is Jeremiah Sheck? You know, what do you bring to the table?
I'm physical, hands, good routes, speed. Of course, I just feel like I also could work on it to get it better because you always can improve.
Where do you find the hunger and passion to go out and compete at the highest level? What motivates you in football?
Just the competition. I just like competing. So wherever the highest level I can go and compete at, that's what I want to do.
Okay, on game week, you're breaking down your next opponent's film. What are some of the first things you look for on the DB that's going to be guarding you?
How he's positioned, like which way his better's turn, or which way is he inside, shady, is he outside, is he in a cover 3 look, or is he off and a deeper coverage, different things like that. Or of course if he's pressed, but sometimes DBs they don't press the same. Sometimes they're more, you could tell if they're trying to jam you or not because if they're on their heels or on their toes. So different things like that.
Do you have a favorite college by any chance? Did you grow up rooting for anybody?
Miami. Yeah.
Really?
That's
awesome. Love it. Is that and now is that a family thing or is it just you?
It's just me. Like my parents, they like Florida State, but
Okay.
Miami.
That's right in the house there. Florida State and Miami in the same house. Okay.
Yeah.
What about NFL team? You got a favorite NFL team?
I don't. I have favorite NFL players, but I don't really have a favorite team.
That's what I was going to ask you next. What about favorite NFL players? Guys you like to study, guys that can help you take your game to the next level.
Julio Jones, DK Metcalf, Stephon Diggs. Um, is Adams. His last name. His last name is Adams. He
Oh,
played
Devontae.
Devontae. Yeah, Devontae Adams. Yeah, yeah. Like receivers that have a similar game too. That's how I like to look towards.
You've got an impressive work ethic, man. I mean, you are every time I talk to you, you are always busy. You are always doing something, whether it's working to make money or working
Yeah.
on your grind to get better at football. Where do you get that work ethic from? Who
Um,
instilled that in you?
well, I say I instilled in myself. Like I just like I mean, if you want certain stuff done, you just gotta go and get it.
Man, I love that simple approach to it, bro. Honestly, I do, man. What's your favorite part about football? What do you love about it?
Just like the competitiveness, like different playing that different levels of competition. That's what I like playing players that's similar to me. Like it's not always about playing somebody that's not really that good. No, you're gonna dog somebody out. But I just like going against people that I know that's like compete with me and just going out there and competing.
Yeah, here, man. My last question I got for you, Jeremiah, is when you hear these three words, what do you think of? Miami Hurricanes football.
I think about me playing there, playing
Yes.
in
Love that
the
answer.
yeah in the Hard Rock Stadium.
Man, I mean, that's got to be one of the best answers that I've ever gotten for that question. I'm not even kidding, dude. I mean, I've gotten the various different ones, but that's got to be the best one.
Yeah, that's all I want to do.
Man, thank you for giving up the time today, man, just to drop by and let Canes fans get a little more familiar with you. I know we've been trying to get this done for a couple months, so
Yeah.
I'm really glad that we got to make it happen.
Yes, sir.
We'll stay in touch. I'll talk to you soon, and we'll get you back on again in the future, no doubt about it. We'll let
Okay.
Canes get a little update on you.
Yes, sir.
Have a good one.
All right, you too.
All right, guys, we are going right from one to the next. We have got our next guest here. We have got 2023 tight end Ben Marshall from Blackman High School. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing great, man. Doing great. Your coach has been telling me I got to keep out an eye on you. I got to keep an eye on you. Check his film. I did it. I checked the film. I'm impressed, man. I'm very impressed.
I appreciate it.
What's your current height and weight right now, Ben?
I'm 6'5", around 200, 205, somewhere around there.
Is there anything that you're doing to work on your speed right now?
Yeah, it's just the off season. I'm really working on just getting stronger, faster, putting on a little more weight.
What are you focusing on in the weight room to get that weight up?
Really everything. I mean, I need to try to get like 10, 15 more pounds. So I'm just really grinding the weight room.
Well, Miami, we like to call ourselves tight end U, man. I mean, that's one of our pride and joys right there.
Yeah.
What kind of tight end are you? Are you a pass catching tight end? Are you a physical blocking tight end? What do you offer?
I really think I can do both, but I think my main game is just being able to go make a play. If you need a play, just go to me.
What kind of stats did you put up this last season?
I don't know for sure, but I had I'd say 65 receptions for around 850 yards. Right there, maybe 11, 12 touchdowns.
Not bad, man. Not bad. That
Yeah.
that offense is flying. I know your head coach. He actually coached under Derek Dooley and Lane Kiffin, so
Yes, he did.
that's inspired in his offense. There, you really see it moving, man.
Yeah, the fast-paced offense.
What are your main duties in this offense? What do they ask from you to do every single game?
Just go make a play. When we need it, just go to me.
So pretty much anytime they call your number, they say, Ben, get out there, we need a play, and it's boom, boom, and it's going to happen?
Yeah, pretty much.
Do you only play tight end, or do you ever line up as a wide receiver too?
Well, so I kind of play a lot of positions. So I'll play tight end my main, and then I can be kind of a receiver, and then they'll put me at quarterback sometimes, or run just different type of offense and others.
How do you describe your game, Ben? What kind of player are you?
I really think I'm a guy you can throw to, and I'll always come down with the ball. Like I feel like my hands is like the most important part of my game.
Are you comfortable in running pass blocking? Is that something that you're working on, or is it something that you already feel pretty comfortable in?
Well, it's something I can always work on, but yeah, I feel pretty comfortable doing it.
You play any other sports?
Yes, I play baseball.
Okay. Is there anything that baseball's helped you in football? Is there anything you can learn from that sport to help you?
Well, I play outfield, so I feel like a fly ball and everything works on my eye coordination, the hand-eye coordination.
You going to be working with any trainers this offseason?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to. We have a receiver on our team who works with this trainer who's been trying to get me with him, and I'll start going with him more.
You doing any 7-on-7?
Yeah, I'll be doing 7-on-7 with NPA.
Do you enjoy 7-on-7? Do you feel it's something that can actually benefit you when it's time to put pads on again?
Yeah, I always feel like it can benefit me.
What is it in 7-on-7 that you feel can help you? There's always the thought or the mindset that you're not wearing pads, so it can't teach you anything, but it's just not true. What does it teach you?
Well, for the 7-on-7 I'm playing for, I think it's most of my teammates. So I feel like we can really build that team chemistry with the quarterback and other receivers, and just get to know each other.
You've been flying under the radar. You're a 2023 kid, but you've been flying under the radar. Is there any colleges that have been in contact with you lately?
Oh, I have an offer from EKU and Memphis right now, but
Okay.
yeah. So I'm trying to get more and talk to more colleges.
Is Miami a college that interests you? Is it a school that you're familiar with?
Yes, it's a school I'm familiar with, and yeah, I love the school.
Do you have a favorite NCAA team, a team that you grew up rooting for?
Yeah, I grew up a big Notre Dame fan, so I mean, Miami's kind of rival them. So I mean,
the Catholics versus convicts, man. It's a big part of it, dude. Big part of it, man. Who are your favorite players? Who are guys that you like to study?
Just like in NFL or
at college, NFL, anybody that can help you take your game to the next level.
Well, I really watch NFL wise. I watch Travis Kelce. He's one of my favorites, but I think one I really like is Mark Andrews.
Mark Andrews, man, he's a beast, bro.
Yeah.
Like he's a straight up beast.
He's always making these one-handed catches. He'll block a dude and do all of it.
I can see why you would like him because you actually kind of have a similar game. You're out there doing the same kind of stuff, so I can get that. I get it, man. Do you have a favorite NFL team?
Yeah, I'm a Chicago Bears fan.
Bears fan. Okay. I'm a Seahawks fan. We don't bump heads too often, so it's all good.
Yeah.
So on game week, you're studying film, you're getting ready. What are the first things you try to identify from the DBs that are going to be trying to guard you?
Really like how their first step is and how they react to certain formations, and what their first step is and what I have to do to come off the ball and get open.
What is it like playing for Coach Tiger? He developed his offense, like we spoke about under Lane Kiffin and Derek Dooley. What is it like to be in a free-flowing offense like that?
It's really fun. I mean, it's fast paced, so you always gotta be ready. But I mean, we're always throwing the ball, so.
Is that pretty much you guys throw the ball 9 times out of 10 or what?
Pretty much. I mean, when the passing's working, I mean, I don't think you need much of a run. So I mean, yeah.
Well, I know. Lane Kiffin philosophy would be, highlights.
Yeah.
So I mean, I get it, man. Yeah, I get it for sure. So what's the goal for Blackman High School next year? You guys had a young team this year, but you got some really good players on this young team. What's the ultimate goal next year for Blackman High School?
Well, I really think we can make a deep run in the playoffs next year. Because, basically, I think we're returning 17 starters, and basically the majority of our offense coming back. And we went 5-5, but all these other teams are losing a lot of their good players. So I really think we can make a deep playoff run.
Who are some of these young players that you got on your team that we should keep an eye out for along with you?
We have, you probably know about the other junior receiver, Justin Brown.
Yeah.
And we have a other junior quarterback, Jack Reisner. And we also have this other quarterback, but he plays like running back, receiver. He's kind of like a dual threat. But we mix him in the offense a little bit. Peyton Thomas, he's a junior. So, yeah.
Well, man, I got to say, I really enjoyed getting to know your coach, and I'm glad that he pointed me in the direction of your film because I enjoyed watching that film, man. No doubt about it. I mean, absolutely no doubt about it. So, Ben, thank you for taking the time to come on here, let Canes fans get to know you a little more, and let's get you back on in the future so you can update people about your recruitment, okay?
Of course. Thank you.
Have a good night.
You too.
All right, guys, we have got our last guest here. We have got, you guys know this is one of my guys right here, y'all. This is one of my guys right here. That's the big trench bully from the Northwest, Jaden Wayne. How you doing? How you doing, man?
Doing good, you?
Doing great, man. Doing great. It's good to have you back on here, man. It's been a minute since we talked.
I'm glad to be back.
So what's your current height and weight right now?
6'5", 240.
Okay. How'd this season go for Lincoln?
It went good. You know, we lost in the first round, so that's kind of unexpected. So kind of sad about that. But overall, we did good.
Who'd you guys play in the first round?
We played against Stanwood.
Yeah.
The wing T stuff.
Yep. What kind of stats did you put up this year?
I had 9 sacks, 16 tackles for loss, 45 tackles and 31 solos, and 5 touchdowns.
And you also got some work on offense too, right?
Yes, sir.
So what do they got you playing tight end?
Tight end / receiver.
I mean, are you feeling comfortable out there playing that role?
Mm-hmm. I played it since my younger days, though, since middle school and all that. So I'm used to that.
So that's kind of helped keep your athleticism, going. You're not just being stuck in the trenches all the time battling. You're actually out there with your feet going, flying around.
Yeah.
So what positions have you played this season in total?
I played DN. I played outside linebacker. Played receiver, tight end. Played punter. What else? I think that's about it.
You mentioned that you're playing a little tight end. Are there any colleges that are actually telling you that they're interested in possibly using you in a role like that?
Alabama.
Bama,
Georgia.
really?
Yeah.
Now, are they saying that they want you specifically in that role or a dual role where you can play offense and defense?
Like pick.
Man, I mean that's when you got a school like Bama telling you that you can do that kind of stuff. It really needs to open people's eyes. It means that you guys need to realize this isn't just a defensive end. This is an elite athlete, and that speaks to that clearly right there.
Definitely.
What are you working on this off season? Like, what are your main workouts that you want to go through to take your game to the next level?
Working on just hand movement, technique. Just getting stronger in the weight room, getting faster, agility, and all that. So just try to stay flexible.
You working with any specific trainers?
Working with FSP.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the spot right there, bro.
Yes, sir.
Who runs FSP? Can't remember his name.
Tracy Ford.
Yeah, Tracy Ford. Yeah, ex-NFL player. Yep. Yes. Yeah, it's FSP and Air Football, right? Those are the 2 top dogs in the Northwest.
Yep.
How's your relationship with the Canes coaching staff? I know that there was a point in time me and you talked, and the staff hadn't been in contact with you, and we were kind of wondering why. But then they got back in touch with you again. How's that going?
Going pretty good. It's kind of like up and down, Coach Simpson reached out to me, and Jake.
About how often are they getting a hold of you?
It's like every week.
Okay, so at least a weekly basis. Okay.
Yeah.
What other colleges are you talking to right now? Like, especially like colleges showing you the most love.
A lot. Like Alabama, Georgia, Auburn, LSU, Notre Dame, Florida, Oklahoma, USC, Oregon. So yeah, so a lot.
Man, I mean that your list is amazing, bro. Like your list it's unbelievable, dude. It just speaks to how elite of a player you really are, man. It's crazy. Now, since you decided to play a little offense, are you going to be doing any 7-on-7 stuff this year?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, who do you run with for 7-on-7?
FSP.
And okay, they got their own squad. Okay.
Yep.
How good you guys do last year in 7-on-7? Did you guys kick ass?
I guess we did. We're pretty good. We had CJ, we had CJ Williams, Tobias, Tobias Merriweather. We had all them guys. So.
Oh, you got Tobias Merriweather on there too.
Yep.
Okay. What was your biggest game you felt you had this year? What was the most dominating game that you had?
I say the Spanaway Lake game. I think I had 4 sacks in that game.
Damn. Was it a game that you performed on offense and defense?
Mainly on defense.
Okay. I'm just kind of curious, but like, how many snaps do you usually get on offense on a game basis?
Mm-hmm. I start, so it's like every snap. So.
Okay. I didn't know you were starting at that. Okay. So, being a pass catching weapon, what are you looking for on game day when you start to study any of the DBs or linebackers that might be trying to cover you? What do you try to pick out in their game that you can exploit or take advantage of?
Are they jamming me? The spacing they have, the covers, so their technique.
How do you feel about route running right now? Is that something you're comfortable with?
I'm pretty comfortable with that. Yeah.
Is that something that you're continuing working on this offseason?
Yeah, I'm working on with the FSP team, so.
Okay.
You
guys can you can do everything basically in-house at FSP, huh?
Yeah.
Man, that's nice, man. That's nice, bro. That's real nice. Well, man, I'm glad that we got a chance to jump back in real quick and talk, and let the Canes fan base get a little more updated what's going on with you. And I'm really glad to hear the Canes staff is in touch with you weekly because, bro, when we had that last interview and you told me that they hadn't talked to you for a while, I wasn't digging that, bro. I wasn't digging that. So I'm glad to hear that they're back in touch with you, man. And just thank you for jumping on again, bro. You're repping the Northwest. You're repping my region. So I appreciate it, bro.
So thank you.
Yep, no problem, man. We'll talk to you soon, Jaden.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Canes fans, there you have it. We had a fantastic group of fantastic group of recruits come through tonight. High upside players, very high upside players. I'm really glad I got a chance to meet Ben Marshall. Ben Marshall's a guy who's flying under the radar. His coach kept telling me over and over, you got to see this kid. You got to see this kid. Well, I'll tell you what, guys, he looks like a Miami tight end. He looks like the type of Miami tight end that we could bring in low key and actually turn into a very quality player. So Ben Marshall from Blackman High School, go check his film out there. Chaden Wayne, I mean, as you guys know, absolutely dominant. He is one of the elite defensive ends in all of college football in the 2023 class, and he'll end up being one of the top 10 ranked ones in my opinion, no doubt about it. The other guy, Jeremiah Shack, special wide receiver right there, guys. Tall, fast, and skilled. I'm surprised that not more colleges have gotten a hold of him already, but to hear that Coastal reached out to him today made a lot of sense to me because that's a smart school that really, really pays attention. They really, really pay attention. Yeah, I mean, this is like I said, man, this is a fantastic group of players here, guys. And of course, we started off with Snoop Ama, who's, I mean, just one of my, not just one of my favorite recruits, but one of my favorite human beings in general. He's Snoop just, even though he's a bully on the field, he's the nicest, most genuine, humble kid off of the field, and I've truly enjoyed getting to know him. And whoever gets his commitment is going to have an absolutely dominant player. I think Miami, flat out, is making a huge mistake not contacting him. I think it's absolutely ridiculous, honestly, that we're not contacting him. I hope something happens and that changes because Snoop and his family, they still love Miami. They still, to this day, they love Miami, and they tell me that often. Well, thank you guys for joining me tonight. You know, normally Paul's on here with me, but he is doing a little vacation work kind of thing. So I manned this one on my own and had a blast doing it, man. Got a chance to talk to some really cool kids. Thank you guys for joining me in the chat, and we will check in with you next time on The Scoop. Go Canes.